Hi, this is Red McNed, and here's my tutorial on building my version of the moon from Majora's Mask. I saw that a lot of people, oh, here it is. I saw a lot of people have attempted to do this, and there's some pretty nice ones out there, but I want to give it a go because I don't think it really, all the versions truly captured the menace, I guess, of it. Or uh, just I think my version is different, so I think it's worth showing. So actually, I'm going to set it to night so you can see the rest of it. All right, so there's a few things that I think are special about my version of this build. One of them is that the eyes actually sort of track where you go. This works if you build it at least uh, 10 blocks above the ground. That's because the eyes are set back. I'll fly up there in a minute just to show. But as you can see, it rather, kind of creepily sort of follows you, which is great. That's exactly what I wanted. And actually, since it looks like it's in such a good mood, we're gonna fly up to it. And hello. All right, so here's an up close look at this thing, and nice and blocky. I actually wanted it to be blocky because it looked more like craters on a moon. Anyways, you go inside to see it's lit up by torches. There's little holes here so that the light gets let out to the outside. So at night, I actually think it does look better. The black background is just so nothing else above it shines through. So if it's daytime, you don't see like daylight out the other side. And the eyes are set back about 4 squares, so that they will track whoever's around. But like I said, if it's too close, then it kind of looks a little funny. So yeah, but the further away you get, the better the eyes track, and the better they look like they're watching you. And I think that's most of what I have to show. If you like what you see, I'll show you how I built this thing. Alright, so the first thing you want to do is get to the right height. If you're in creative mode, this is a lot easier than survival. But either way, you're gonna basically get to about 100 blocks above where you started. And either way, you'll have to do this. So I'm checking my Y coordinates. It started at 4, so at 104 will be high enough. I'm using gravel because if you're in survival mode, you can put a torch under a tower of gravel and it will destroy the tower that you built, because it will all fall if you put a torch underneath the bottom. Alright, so now that we have our 100 block high tower, we should be high enough, or at least at the minimum height to make this thing work. And look, we have our friend right over there. And that means we're about right. So we can get started. We'll start with the face. That'd be the easiest part, and it's facing downward, as you can see. So I'm going to make a sort of a blocky circle as the perimeter. This is 4 right here. So hopefully this won't get too confusing. I know it can be, so I'll go slow and try to explain what I'm doing. That's 2 blocks. 4 more. 2. 2. 4. 2. 3. Because it's coming back. So 2. 4. 2. Another 2 and another 4. A 2. Another 3. And this just kind of continues. So I won't keep saying it, but I'll keep a clear picture on my screen Oops. 1, 2, 3, one more. 4. This one's 3. Cool. So this is going to be sort of the outline of the face. And just to help me out, and this will probably help you out, it's good to try to remember where the bottom of it is. So any side you can pick. So just to demonstrate, let's just say this will be the bottom of the face. So then this will be like the mouth, eye, and an eye. So we're gonna semi fill this in right now. By semi, I mean there's a couple parts that aren't going to get filled in. So hopefully you can follow along. This is going to be a little zigzag here. And fill those two in. And another zigzag is going to happen here. There's going to be like a little square left on each side, so it should look like this. And now, yes. So find, this also serves as a good spot to see where the middle is. In fact, I'll even throw a couple torches down just so I remember. So next we're going to make the spot for the nose. So you're going to put one here. And we're going to keep that hole and this one. Next is the eyes. You have to take off the corner at each of these to make this work. And fill this in. We're going to bring this diagonal all the way across. This is the bottom of the eyes. Now that we're over here, you can just fill this in. So it should be the same on both sides, something like this. We can fill in all of this. So go ahead and do that. Just so there isn't a bunch of holes hanging around. That does not have to be here. Alright, we're going to keep working with making the eyes. And so for this part, you're going to go here and come out 3. 1, 2, 3. And then you're going to do the same thing right here. 1, 2, 3. And now what you'll do with each of them is go diagonally down all the way. Make sure you start where I'm starting. You can fill in the top because it does not have a unibrow. Nothing against unibrows, but the moon does not have one. So this should be what it looks like. A nice lovely face. This is like best friend material right here. This is looking quite nice. So the next part actually happens underneath. And what you're basically going to do is you're going to take this whole thing and add an extra level, except for this part. And I will show you. You will... I'll start... Let's see... here. You're just going to go right along. And you're going to keep this part the level it is. But everything else, you're going to bring and add an extra level like this. And before I say that's all you're gonna do, you're gonna take little quartz blocks and you're gonna give him some teeth. 'Cause he's got to smile big. Oops. So that's mistake number 2 for me. Just gonna go ahead and give him some nice choppers. And now you can fill the rest of this all in with one more layer of cobblestone. I'm going to do that really fast, and then I'll be right back. Now it should look like this. Everything's filled in, and we can move on to the face. The face. So I'm going to... oh, by the way, if you're doing this in survival mode, you'll have to get fancy and build scaffolding underneath. Probably out from here, just so you can reach all of this. It's far more easier, but not impossible, in creative mode than in survival. So this next part I'll go slow again because it's a little complicated, but we're going to start right under the nose, right there. And we're going to bring it diagonally 3 spaces on it this way. 2, 3. We're going to go up and out. Up doesn't really give you guys very much information anymore, I realize that. That's why this could get confusing. Cool. And we're going to do the same thing for the other side. So bring it out 3. 1, 2, 3. Then over. And 2 this way. 2 this way. There. And now we're going to give it... give the eyes some shape. So we're going to put one... well, just nice little triangle, sort of, right there. And now this whole area can be filled in. And keep the holes though; those need to shine light through. Cool. Now for the next layer. We're going to go back to the nose and put another one right in the middle. This time we're just going to go straight up 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces, 5. So in total, this will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 squares diagonally. And now that we're back at the nose, we're going to go straight sideways from each nostril. And put down a little block. And then we're going to bring those up diagonally until they meet the eyes. And actually, once we're at the eyes, we're going to go this way and down, and then over. So same thing over here, the other side, and go to this way, and then, oops, then we're going to go over and down. And then one more here. So that should be the same. Yeah. And up here, we're going to go to the second one down the line and bring that diagonally out sideways. And everything in the middle now we're going to fill in. And we're almost done. So I'm just going to keep going now. We're going to make another line. So this is 4, and it still goes to the bottom of the nose. And out here we're actually going to extend it 2. So it's like an arrow, sort of, into this. And then we're going to put 2 right here. And your finished product should be this. A quick correction on this part, I accidentally put an extra block here, and I also forgot to add 1 extra right before the eyes. So now we're going to move on to the rest. I suppose we can make the eyes now, actually. So here's how the eyes work. They're going to be in the middle, which isn't really, well, it's a big middle, so we'll just go up for now. So place 3 blocks, and that's how high the eyes will be. You're going to need some netherrack. And from here we're going to make the square, and remember the pupil in the middle. And that's really all we need right now. We can actually get rid of this, and we can make another one over here. So once again, 3 up. And from here we'll make the eye. Alright, and now we're going to build up the rest. Oh, one extra part on the eyes before you're done here. You're going to want to go on the outside top and fill this in on both sides. Cool, cool. Now that the face is done, we can go ahead and start the sphere. I always like to check my work though. And yep, that looks pretty menacing. I'm sure if that's all you had, and you just put one of those in the sky, you'd terrify some people. Alright. So now we're going to build out. So put one on top, and you're going to go out 2. And this part at least is going to be more straightforward than a lot of the other parts. You're basically going to make a perimeter around what you have, and it's going to be always have this space over here. So like when you go around a corner, it'll always have that space. It's never gonna, the space is never gonna go away. You probably don't need me to show you this all the way around, so I'll cut it here. Alright, we don't need this anymore. So now it should look like this. And we're going to go ahead and fill it in. This gap here. All the way around. But don't put anything on top of the stone that's already down. This is just going to be anything that has air underneath it. Now that that's done, we can build up the sides. Let's see, 2 high. So you're going to go around all the sides and give it a nice rise of 2 blocks. So go all the way around and do that. And now we can start building out for the next layer. So pick a side. I'm going to call these sides. And pick the 3rd block over and go out 2. And you're going to make a 2x4 sort of triangle like that. Triangle? Rectangle. And we're going to keep adding those. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 there. You have another one. I'm going to keep these hollow just so we can see what we've done. And kind of continuing that pattern over here, we're going to go out 4, 2, 3, 4, and in 1. And then find that corner, go 3 out, and build 2 out. 2, 3, and then back in. And we're going to put these sort of outcroppings at each corner thusly. And when that's done, we can fill in the gaps that we've left, like these, in all of them. And we'll build up the sides just like the last level, and you'll be one step closer to having a complete build here. At this point, I might as well stick it out and show you everything I build. I like keeping these gaps for this so you can check, make sure there's not any non-uniformity. It looks pretty good. Worst case, it'll just be a unique spot on the surface of the moon. It's supposed to be cratery anyway. So, and it's not going to show up from a distance. And since this is so high in the sky, you can get away with small missteps like that in the design. And so now that that's done, we can bring each of the sides up 2 more. The next layer will, starting again at one of the sides, go like this. 2, 3, 4, and in. And then find the very middle, and you're going to put a square on each of these. And then you're going to fill out this 1, 2, 3, 4, and in. And you're going to do this with each corner. Okay, so same as last time, we'll build up the perimeter too. Like this, all the way around. The next level goes as follows. This should be the 5th block over that we're starting on, but also it's going to line up with what's the furthest below. We're going to go 2 out, 3, and then back 1. We're going to put a square here. We're going to put another square here. And same thing. 2 out, 3, one, and it's going to match up with what's down there. We're going to put a square, another square, another one of these, square, square, and fill in all the spots in the middle, and build up the walls twice, just like the times before. The next layer in our punch bowl of doom that we are building right now requires a square on either side of these. Whoa. And one in the middle. All the way around. Oh, all the way around. So always find the middle and go ahead and plop it down. So, just like before, fill it in, bring it up. Business as usual. The final protrudences will be as follows. Square, 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 square. I'm not going to do that the whole time. This is what each corner is going to look like. So this is going to be going up 3. Everything's going up 3. I'll just say that. That'll make things a lot simpler. Bring all the sides up. Fill in these holes so no one trips and falls and hurts themselves. Everything that we just did, since we're about at the halfway point, slightly past it, we're just going to do all in reverse. So basically we left off with putting squares here, so we're going to bring a square back in like that. Here, you can see the square that way. So wherever we had a square before, we're just going to go in order. So this first layer is going to be these. It's going to be on each corner. And instead, what we've been doing is filling in the outsides. You're going to fill in the insides and go up 2. So you're going to ignore any of the outside. You're going to go for the most inside. I'm going to go quick through each of these layers, but hopefully not too quick. But after that last one, you're going to put a square here, square directly in the center here. Oh man, my aim. And then put a square here. And then go up 2. Then you're going to go to each of the sides, do this, and put a square down on either side of this long piece. So once again, this square piece and square piece to all sides. And then build that up too. Then you're going to go to each of these corners and put in a rectangle here and this should be like 1, 2, 3, 4, and you're gonna put in squares in here. Then build that up too. Alright, in all honesty, at this point you could probably stop and it'll look good from like, if people are just going to look at it from the ground, then you don't really have to, get too, you know, too detailed with this upper part. But, just in case you want, I'll go ahead and keep doing layers. So yeah, find another side and go ahead and connect these. And in the very middle, you're going to put a square, but you're going to put a rectangle. Oof, on either side of it. So bring this 2 up. And here's the part in the design when we just extend everything out 1 block away from everything. So you're always going to keep this space. It should be reminiscent of an earlier step. But this time you're going inside and not outside. Oh. Freaking cloud. Okay. Yeah, I guess we're up pretty high. But yeah, just bring that all the way around. And then you'll bring that up too, all the way around. And now, the almost second to last piece, final piece. Fill this all in. Just gonna fill it all the way across. Not down, mind you, but just, or if you really don't care, don't do it. But if this might be looked at from above, you might be self-conscious that there's a big old hole in the back of your head, of your sculpture's head, not your own head. Then go ahead and fill that in. If you want to do what I did as far as a background for these, just like 2 above the eyes, just put black wool everywhere. Basically everywhere where you think you might see sky through. I just go and put it everywhere. I put it everywhere. No gaps at all. As far as lighting for like little holes for the light to pop through, there should always be like spots if you see like flat areas. Just like give little poke little holes, little nudges here and there. Try to make it too uniform or perfect. And that'll really help give spots for light to get out, because you're going to fill the inside with torches. And torches and torches. Like every layer, so hopefully not like too close together. But you're just going to kind of go up like this. And that's actually making it difficult, but yeah, just, knock them out, punch out some holes so you can share the light with the world. And this is what's going to create those little crater looking patterns outside of the moon, because you're going to put down torches not directly next to, but kind of nearby, like that. Well, like that's too close, probably. Like outside of the range, so like if someone was just looking in, they're not going to see, like they might see that, but it's pretty not possible. Like you have to have a really good line of sight on that. But if you put a torch like here, then people are like, hey, wait a minute, I see a torch. And then they'll start asking other questions. Questions that you don't want to answer. But just like throw down torches nearby the holes. And when it's nighttime, get a nice little glow coming out of them. Yeah, around these especially. So yeah, just don't put them right next to the edges, but just kind of around the sides, down the middle. No one's gonna see the inside of here, so they're not gonna judge your placement. But just keep doing something like that. Oh yeah, the mouth too, because you want those pearly whites to shine. So I actually put them as close as I can, like right in these grooves, kind of. Maybe one on the outside. Yeah, so yeah, fill this in all the way back. Put holes, usually 2 down from any pattern you see. And it helps to go kind of layer by layer, just kind of going around, and then up to the next one, punch holes. Just kind of wherever you think a hole should be. This is definitely up for interpretation. And if you want it to emit light, put a torch next to it. And do that as much as you want. So if you left the holes here, then you could actually just put torches next to these, if you're really worried about that showing light or not. And then fill this in. And watch out for the cloud. Don't let it scare the crap out of you. And that's about it. I mean, this is the full build. So go put this somewhere in your world, or if you have a world you share with friends, just plop it down there and wait for people to notice it. Maybe put it above a friend's base. Wait till they notice it. You could probably put a mob spawner in one of these, and they'll all drop out of the face, and you can be creative with it. You make a base in here. There's a lot of room in here to do whatever. So this has been Red McNed on the moon from Majora's Mask, and I'm just gonna leave that up there. See ya.